Tasha's heart thudded in her chest as the clock struck midnight. The email, subject line, "Do not open," had arrived exactly 24 hours ago. Against every instinct, she'd clicked it. The message burned into her mind. Open the box on your doorstep within 1 minute of reading this. Or else. It had been there, waiting. A sleek black cube with no seams, no markings. The air had felt charged, her breath fogging in the unseasonably warm night. She hadn't dared hesitate. Inside was a phone. Burnt orange, scuffed edges. It rang the moment she touched it. She'd answered, expecting some sick prank. "You have 1 day to decide," a low voice growled. "Do what we say, and you'll live. Ignore us, and everyone you care about. Gone." The line went dead. She'd tried tracing the number. Nothing. The police had laughed when she explained, one officer even cracking, "Sounds like a TikTok challenge." But Tasha knew better. She'd seen the shadow in the corner of her room last night, and the email had mentioned her sister's name, a name she hadn't spoken aloud in years. Now, sitting in her apartment with curtains drawn tight, Tasha stared at the phone. It buzzed again. The screen flashed with a single word: "Run." Adrenaline propelled her to her feet just as her window shattered. A sleek drone hovered, red light scanning. She dove for the hallway, grabbing her go-bag, the one she'd packed years ago but never used, and sprinted down the fire escape. Why her? What did she have that these people wanted? The questions clawed at her as she darted through alleyways, her breath loud in the silence. The phone buzzed again. A map lit up the screen, a single blinking dot marking a location 3 blocks away. Tasha hesitated. Trap or salvation? Make your choice, the voice from last night whispered in her mind. She ran. The address led to a grimy underground club, the kind where nobody asked questions. Inside, bodies swayed under pulsing lights, oblivious to her panic. A man at the bar, salt and pepper hair, eyes too sharp to be drunk, met her gaze and nodded. He slid a key across the counter. "Storage. Basement." "You're late," he said, voice low but firm. Late? How could she be late for something she didn't even understand? The basement smelled of mildew and regret. Rows of lockers lined the walls, each identical except for one with a blinking green light. She opened it, revealing a folder marked with her name and a device that looked like a hybrid of a USB stick and a detonator. Instructions inside were maddeningly vague. Deliver to the tower. Avoid detection. You have 2 hours. She barely had time to process before the club's music cut out. Shouts echoed upstairs, followed by heavy footsteps. Tasha grabbed the folder and device, slipping out through a maintenance hatch just as the basement door slammed open. The tower wasn't far, but the city felt alive with eyes. Unmarked vans idled at corners. Pedestrians stared too long. Her phone buzzed constantly with updates. Turn left. Wait here. Run. Who was helping her? And why? The tower loomed, its mirrored windows reflecting a city that suddenly felt alien. The lobby was deserted, except for a janitor mopping with exaggerated slowness. He nodded as she entered, gesturing to the elevator. Top floor. They're waiting. She didn't ask who they were. Her fingers tightened around the device as the elevator ascended. Each ding felt like a countdown to something she couldn't escape. The doors opened to a sterile room, walls lined with monitors displaying scenes from her life. Her childhood home. Her sister, laughing in a park. The shadow in her room last night. A woman sat at the center, elegant and cold. "Tasha," she said, as if greeting an old friend. "You're just in time." "For what?" Tasha demanded, her voice steadier than she felt. "To make a choice." The woman gestured to the device in Tasha's hand. Plug it in, and you'll understand everything. Or walk away, and lose everyone you've ever loved. Why me? Tasha asked. The woman smiled, the kind that made Tasha's stomach churn. Because you're the only one who can. Tasha looked at the device, then back at the woman. The monitors flickered, now showing live feeds of her parents, her best friend, her sister. All unaware, all at risk. Her hands shook as she stepped forward. The woman's smile widened. You've always been part of the puzzle, Tasha. It's time to see where you fit. Tasha plugged in the device, the room plunging into darkness. Light exploded from every screen. Data streamed faster than her eyes could follow. Names, locations, blueprints, secrets she couldn't fathom. The woman's voice cut through the chaos. Welcome to the network. You're one of us now. Tasha's mind reeled. Every piece of information led back to her, her family, her life. They'd been watching, guiding her steps for years. But for what purpose? What happens now? She asked, her voice barely audible. The woman stepped closer, placing a hand on Tasha's shoulder. Now, you decide who deserves to know the truth, and who doesn't. The screens blinked off, leaving Tasha alone with the weight of the choice she'd never asked to make. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe. It's free, and you'll never miss a mystery. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you soon.